Welcome to War India News Hour. Work from home, remote work, telecommuting helped us during pandemic. The culture of flexible work has been the new mantra of many corporates. Even though there are many weaknesses, it will continue further since there is no alternative. Many industries are restructuring the way they operate to accommodate this new way of conducting business. The new workforce, mainly consisting mostly of millennials, consider work-life balance over everything else when working for any organization. The pandemic has confined millions of people around the world to their homes, and they can no longer easily access products themselves. Home deliveries have become a viable option, causing an uptick in the demand for delivery gig workers. We are seeing the gig economy transform people's livelihood and become their primary source of income. The gig economy has the potential to become a stable form of employment, and that will depend on the worker's ability to receive benefits and fair pay to sustain a lasting income. It is possible that this period will become somewhat of a test to measure the potential of this developing economy, as many people are expected to stay home even after the country fully reopens. In the era of digital advancements, implementing a work-life balance schedule is nothing new. Among the more popular options to juggle between both personal life and work life, the newer generation workforce is leaning towards flexible work options. Among these options, the more popular ones seems to be of work from home, remote work and telecommuting. 2020 has brought about a myriad of challenges to organizations across the globe, but none more so than need to rapidly digitally transform to cater for a new way of working. However, while the focus was on remote workforce projects, for many organizations, attention to data privacy and compliance requirements fell into second place. Let's look into today's headlines in War India. India and Japan sign MOC for cybersecurity. A memorandum of cooperation, that is MOC, has been signed in the field of cybersecurity among India and Japan. This cybersecurity agreement will promote cooperation in key areas such as 5G network and artificial intelligence. The announcement on the agreement followed the 13th India-Japan Foreign Ministers Strategic Dialogue between the representative ministers. This will include capacity building in the area of cyberspace and protection of critical infrastructure, 5G, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, among others. Wells Fargo to sign up for the GreenLake as a service platform. Hewlett-Packard Enterprise, that is HPE, has announced that Wells Fargo will start utilizing its GreenLake cloud services. GreenLake provides a number of capabilities to run either public cloud or on-premise access in a cloud computing fashion, including machine learning operations and also simple rack-based server and storage management. Secondly, the cutting cost was a big advantage of using GreenLake over using public cloud. Wells Fargo is the latest company to sign up for the platform, and it is the biggest win to date for the software offering by HPE. Salesforce Ventures invests in Pune-based Epicero. Epicero, a Pune-based consulting firm founded in 2016 by Vijay Rao, has raised close to $5 million from Salesforce Ventures, signaling a growing appetite for cloud-based solutions and specialists in multi-cloud implementations. Salesforce Ventures has funded over 400 entrepreneurs. Portfolio companies include Evernote, Docker, and Automation Anywhere. Chennai to be the next data center hub to bring an investment of Rs 12,000 crores. Chennai could fast emerge as one of the most prominent private data center hubs in the south, as 6 companies are ready to invest more than Rs 12,000 crores investments in the coming days. Those companies include Yotta, Adani, ST Telemedia from Singapore, HDCL, Princeton Digital, also from Singapore, and Mantra Data Center. The reason for selecting Chennai as the destination is the availability of industrial parks and land in and around Chennai, undersea cables that connect the city to Southeast Asian countries, and Tamil Nadu's status as a power surplus state are some of the reasons for companies to choose. ICICI Bank is down, making debit card and UPI transactions fail for many on its customers. ICICI Bank is down and net banking debit card transactions as well as UPI transactions are not working for many customers in India. Many affected customers have raised complaints against the outage on social media. While several people are not able to make any transactions through ICICI Bank's net banking service, some of them are not even receiving a one-time password, that is OTP, for their transactions. Micromax to unveil smartphone with upcoming In series. Micromax is making its re-entry into the smartphone world and is planning a comeback with a new In series of smartphones. The Micromax In 1A will be powered by the Helio P35 chipset with 4 GB RAM and run Android 10. It managed 903 points in the single core test and 4,326 in the multi-core department. Katrina Kaif invests in beauty e-commerce platform Nykaa. Katrina Kaif has invested in fashion and beauty e-commerce platform Nykaa. Last year, Katrina had launched her own beauty line, K-Beauty, on Nykaa. Earlier in March, Nykaa had raised Rs 100 crores from existing investor Steadview Capital. It again raised Rs 67 crores from Steadview Capital in May. Data breach in Haldiram's servers, hackers demand Rs 7.5 lakhs. Hackers attacked the servers of Noida-based Haldiram's Snacks with ransom, stealing sensitive data and demanding a ransom of Rs 7.5 lakhs to release the information. As per the reports, the data stolen included financial and employee information, data on payroll, retail sales, purchases, inventory of the company. This was a pre-planned conspiracy, the complaint stated. DOT raids to bring down illegal network boosters in Delhi. In a bid to bring down illegal network boosters in Delhi, the Department of Telecom's Wireless Monitoring Organization on Friday conducted raids in South and Southwest Delhi. Officials said that this will interfere in mobile services and cause call drops, among other issues. The organization has issued notices to e-commerce companies warning them against selling network boosters without permit. SAP launches SAP Customer Data Platform. As customer experience becomes an increasingly important differentiator of brands around the globe, to address the issue, SAP SE announced the global launch of SAP Customer Data Platform, a next-generation customer data platform, that is CDP, that aims to allow organizations to redefine the customer experience across every engagement, from commerce and marketing to sales and services. Many are expected to turn into CDPs as it helps power unique, personalized experiences for a variety of marketing uses. COVID update. The number of reported coronavirus cases from India stood at 74,26,395 with the death toll at 1,12,960. The next 2.5 months are going to be very crucial in our fight against coronavirus because of the winter season and festivals, Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan said. Wearing masks or face cover, especially in the public spaces, and following hand and respiratory etiquettes are the cardinal principles of social vaccine. 3 vaccine candidates are developing well in India, Vardhan said. Summing up, if everything will be software defined, what will be the future? We are seeing transformation happening in most of the organizations like software defined networking, that is SDN, software defined storage, that is SDS, and software defined data center, that is SDDC. SDN helps a user to monitor the network, boosting the ability of the user to respond quickly. It also helps the developer to segregate the devices as per the need for security and can quarantine the affected devices also. 5G technology has not been fully exploited yet, and it will play a vital role in the future. In the future, 5G is sure to rely on SDN, whereas the software-defined everything is about using software to bridge the technological and organizational gaps between discrete IT silos to create an underlying infrastructure that can be managed holistically as part of the business. We have seen the power of search work better for you every day in Google with the advancements in AI. Like a new spelling algorithm helps us understand the context of misspelled words so we can help you find the right results all in under 3 milliseconds. And AI becomes so robust that it lets users search songs through just humming. With this, it is going to disrupt certain verticals. Even if the realities of software-defined everything are still years away, this means if everything can be controlled by the software with the help of artificial intelligence and IoT, going forward, there will be regular issues related to increasing technical glitches and cyber hacking. A question arises, will artificial intelligence take away our jobs? The World Economic Forum predicts that by 2022, AI will create 133 million new jobs. As per Gartner, AI will create 2 million net new jobs by the same year. The reality of everything is to be controlled with the help of software, and work from home will come to the limelight in the coming days. Wishing you all a very happy Navratri. Let's wind up for the day, but do not forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to War India News Magazine. Please download the War India app from Google Play Store for the latest news and updates. Stay tuned. Thank you.